I've got this subject for these 4 points is the self-deception mechanism. Lying is a survival tactic. Most people don't realize that they're addicted to losing. And it's never even something that they've cognitively thought about. They just, status quo, right? Just keep running the same plays, expecting the game to change, or the results of the game to change. I'll go into your sports analogy that you promoted here a couple of weeks ago, like Dan Lanning. Do you think he runs the same exact plays every game?
Right.
Do you think they practice the same plays at the Ducks every single practice? Of course, they practice basics, right? We know that. And everybody's got to have the basics down. But if you're just staying the same, then you're just lying to yourself, hoping to just survive the day.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is your first time here. I am Blair Armstrong, or Team Armstrong, Coldwell banker, global luxury specialist in the world of residential real estate. And this podcast is Old Guys Still Rock, or better known as OGSR. We're not going to get into long introductions today. Again, as I said, I'm Blair Armstrong. On my left, and the other host of this show, good friend of mine for almost 30 years, Brent Wright of Brent Wright Incorporated, a man with many different and successful hats, from body shops to detail shops. Him and his wife have started a wellness center called Wright Wellness Center. If you haven't checked out their page, check it out. They just got a really cool little tool to help your life be more healthy and more better. I don't know if that's proper English, but I don't care.
Mo better.
Payroll companies. But a big claim to Brent. He is a really great coach. So if you're struggling, if you have a pothole in your career, or your life, or your relationship, or if it's in your business, whatever it may be, we have 125 other episodes on here. This is episode number 126. I'd encourage you, if this is your first time here or you're a return to the stuff and you really want to check out Brent more, go back and watch those episodes, find a topic that you like, and see if he's a fit for you. Again, he's been a friend for mine 30 years. I can attest to his coaching. It's no holds barred, which I think a lot of us need to kind of get over that hurdle. Anyway, we're going to kind of get into this a little bit right away. Usually have a long introduction. I'm a really big PR man, but Brent Wright, what the hell is going on? How's Eugene? Has it started raining yet? It's August 31st. Okay.
Yeah, it's
October.
It's bipolar rain and sun. Yesterday it was like 67 degrees, 68 degrees, and sunny and beautiful, and then the next minute it's slamming rain, and today we got fog and feel like I'm at the coast. So it's kind of crazy. It's what keeps us green and mean out here. So. Yeah. As I was telling you pre-show when we weren't recording, the
technical difficulties.
Feeling pretty blessed, feeling very thankful and grateful. I'm not saying it's easy, but I believe that we've really worked hard. I say we, meaning my wife and our family, worked really, really hard to build a life that we don't have to escape from, which is hilarious because we were talking last night. We have Coast House, we have a big fifth wheel, we have all the things to allow us to escape, and yet we never really seem to make the escape, and we don't really want for much. And again, we talk about this all the time. We didn't wake up to AK-47 fire, so feeling pretty awesome about that. One thing that you missed this week, but that's okay, I won't hold it against you, bustedtees.com.
I was going to say it.
Super cool. One of our marketers just sent us some data yesterday, and in the last 7 days alone, Busted Tees on Instagram and Facebook has gotten 8 million plus views.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just flat out incredible.
12.5 million in the last 30 days. And our second page, the Death Star Digest, got 2.2 million views and doubled its followers in the last 7 days. E-com at its best.
So what do you think the niche is? I mean, obviously that's just like crazy. I mean, first of all, I mean, if you go walk down the street, if you found two people that know what bustedtees.com is, I don't know if you would be able to mention that, but you've got this following. What do you think the claim to fame is that, how it got there?
They're niche marketing pages that are connecting to people in their past. So it makes them feel like they've stepped back in time to a time in their life when things were fun, things were easy, things were funny. You could make fun of things without all of the recourse that you get today from all of the keyboard warriors that we've talked about. Just it's hilarious because one of the posts a couple weeks ago was the Star Wars guys making fun of the Star Trek guys, like the characters. And then the next post, the next day, was the Star Trek characters were making fun of the Star Wars characters. It's a hilarious, entertaining, yet engaging niche pages that really are helping to promote us and get our name out there, that we're really just trying to make life fun, guys. It's life's hard enough. Like, why not have a t-shirt that pokes fun at something?
You said something there, George. It brings us kind of us or more seasoned guys, and at 56, and kind of think about that, right? You see a lot lately. It's coming. Obviously, it's in my algorithm right now, but when these kids come back and they're basically dressed up in the 80s and they're on their mongoose bikes or their banana seat bikes, like, okay, remember in the 80s and do that, and how fast you go back to that time, right? Where you didn't have to have mom and dad staying with you when you were 8 years old. You babysat yourself.
You could ride till dark and show up, right?
Go down to the local Circle K or 7-Eleven. You pick out your candy. You come back like
Queen,
4 hours later.
Mr. Misty's.
Oh, yeah, dude. So the part, and the point that I'm getting at, which is going to tie into our second half of this episode that we talked about last week, is they're addicted to losing. We're so fond of those past memories where we all get together, right? There's no social media, no cell phones, and and I'm not saying that's the problem, but lately
it's how you use it.
It's how you use it. Look at that golden chalice, dude. I love that.
For water bottle, good for your heart, your soul, and your physical.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, you just missed out. So you better you can get it on Spotify too. So anyway, the point of it is we talked about addicted. Are you addicted to losing last week, which we really got into a bunch of stuff. And, if you're having hurdles, or if you're losing, you kind of stay in that rut, or I can't do it anymore. Or my mom and dad told me that, yeah, I tried that once. And so you stay in that losing concept. Going back to what you just said, it takes us back to this place where it was fun and was easy. So that basically puts us where we are today. And everybody knows the temperature of society right now. It's hot. You don't know if you just said it. Do I say the right thing or not the right thing? Is this politically correct? Oh my gosh, I can't make a black joke or a white joke anymore. I can't make a joke about just everything is just so like I have to live in the silo. So that puts us into a losing mentality because we're losing out on relationships, or we're losing out on life because we're so worried about
afraid to engage.
Everybody. Exactly.
Afraid to engage.
So I pray that your comment and your t-shirt now it becomes a trigger. So again, if you haven't gone there yet, go back. It's a novelty t-shirt shop. Freaking awesome, man. There's some really cool stuff. Well, if you're having a hard time starting a conversation, wear one of his freaking t-shirts. It'll start a conversation. Like, dude, that's funny.
Do you have a second? Let me go grab one.
Go grab one, dude.
All right, I'll go grab one.
Yeah, go grab one.
All right, here you go. This is in tribute to Bob Barker.
Yes, I need that t-shirt. Do you know why I need that t-shirt? We're gonna have to figure this out if you can overnight that to me and how much it's gonna cost. The reason why I say that,
this one is a women's shirt in large.
Okay.
And so they typically take 7 to 10 days because they are all customized by size, shape, color, all the things. We do have priority, but it does take about 3 to 5 days on priority.
No worry. The reason why I say that is we are having one of our good friends, their daughter's getting getting married tomorrow. And the rehearsal dinner is a costume party. First and foremost, I hate costume parties.
I've been to a couple costume parties with you back in the day.
Sure.
And you dress up good. You do dress up good.
Dress up good, dude. But the point of it is that was under different circumstances. So maybe that's why I hate it so much. Maybe it's a trigger that of past. But anyway, with that being said, is my wife, God bless her soul, man, she knows it's nails on a chalkboard. The reason why I say that is typically every single year we have this welcome back party at our club. I know it's the country club problems, and there's some theme, and you have to dress up. And so I literally look at my closet. I have like this much room for like my clothes I'm supposed to wear, and then costumes for, for all these things. Again, stupid complaint. I know it's just taken as comedy right now. The point of it is she's like, okay, a couple weeks ago, I know you're going to hate this, but the rehearsal dinner is a costume party. I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. And I'm like, no, I have a migraine. I can't go. You can go, but I can't. They're good friends.
I'll have a migraine in 2 weeks.
That's exactly where I go down this. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like nails on the chalkboard, and my belly starts getting anxiety belly. And I'm like, oh, my introvert is starting to come out just 1000%. So she's like, I'm going to make this really easy for you. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And I'm like, and she goes, remember last year I got you a Happy Gilmore hockey jersey? Well, it's basically the jersey that is his Boston Bruins jersey that he wears in the movie.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're going to dress up as Happy Gilmore, and I'm going to dress up as your caddy. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. So I get to wear a hockey jersey, jeans.
Let's see, Bob Barker was on Happy Gilmore. Right?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It would have been awesome if she would have come in with that T-shirt or something.
It'll
like
fit
this.
Your wife. It's a women's large.
Yeah, I don't know. She bought a caddy outfit.
Okay.
Already.
Okay.
Which actually she could have basically opened it up and have that on there. But I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to wear this on the course before we go out once in a while. Actually, because the funny thing is when we have our big tournaments out here, I will wear my Gilmore jersey on the driving range, and people go like, why are you wearing a hockey jersey? And I go read the back. I'm like, oh, I get it. So anyway, I don't know why we went off to that thing, but see, that is just awesome. And what the point of it is living this addicted to losing world for like 3 minutes there. We were just having fun. And there's a lot of shit that we have got going on. I have going on. Brent's got going on. Everyone has going on. To the point of it is how are you taking that? Are you going to be addicted to that one spot? I could go back to yesterday. I could go back to like the 3 or 4 or 5 days. I was just, I'll tell you, Monday, I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can do this podcast this week. I was just in this dark spot. I'm like, I've got to get out of it. I've got to get out of this. I got to get out of this. It's affecting my relationship, mostly with my wife. But, and I'm trying so hard to talk to people and be in those things, journaling like 4 or 5 pages, trying to just get those thoughts out. We talked about that last week, where you're walking and talking and you're trying to get these thoughts out. And then thank God for Chat GPT, right? To get them out into a clear spot so you can read them and make sense. But that's why we really want to get back to this. We feel like this is such a big topic right now. And just anytime that you pick up your phone, you go watch the news, the other side is always wrong. And they're pitting us over and over. And I know that you guys know this, but the point of it is what are you doing to get out of it? One side is pitting us to hate the other side. The other side is pitting us to hate that side. And it's this constant thing to stay in this constant battle. And everyone's keeping looking, well, if my administration was running it, it would be better. No, my administration's running it, and it is better because they did this. Where are you getting with that? So we get stuck. You're all losing, hoping, which we've said this 1,000 times through 125 podcasts. And I'm going to kind of end it and give it back to you because I know you have some great notes to give us. But everyone thinks that their white horse, even though it's a different white horse, is going to come in and save their side and to tell everybody that their side, if you weren't on their side, then you're wrong. And the other side is like, no, my white horse is going to come in and they're going to tell it your side is wrong. So what happens when that happens? So what did you win? 10 years of stuff, right?
Kind of goes into this last part. So I'm going to go back a little bit and rewind what we were doing last week. And then I'm going to give you some tools and opportunities for success. We always try to drop some tools or some good opportunities in to try and help you as well. Back to what you were saying, though, I've got this subject for these 4 points is the self-deception mechanism. Lying is a survival tactic. Most people don't realize that they're addicted to losing. And it's never even something that they've cognitively thought about. They just, status quo, right? Just keep running the same plays, expecting the game to change or the results of the game to change. I'll go into your sports analogy that you promoted here a couple of weeks ago, like Dan Lanning. Do you think he runs the same exact plays every game? Do you think they practice the same plays at the Ducks every single practice? Of course, they practice basics, right? We know that. And everybody's got to have the basics down. But if you're just staying the same, then you're just lying to yourself, hoping to just survive the day. And survival really isn't where we're at on this podcast. It's first order of business is to survive. Second order of business is to set yourself up for success, to thrive. But most people get stuck in that survival. And how they get stuck in there is they confuse motion with progress. You ever know that guy that just keeps putting stuff on his list to cross it off? Been that guy before?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
What?
100%. Exactly. Used to have this person that I used to know. I'm going to get back on track. Mm-hmm. So it's the trying versus committing. Distraction disguised as discipline is that confusing motion with progress. And then the trying versus committing. Well, at least I tried. We talked about that a little bit. That is the anthem of mediocrity. You want to be normal? I don't want to be normal. I don't want my kids to be normal. I don't want my wife to be normal. I don't want any of my businesses to be normal. I want them to stand out. I want people to see me as the poster child for abundance, not the poster child for lack or survivability. Is it good to be known that you're able to be, able to survive? Sure. I'm not taking that away. What I'm saying is that if you're always in a lack or scarcity mindset, it's the people that try to use this sales tactic that are always hilarious. Well, it's the last one. It's the last one. You go on Amazon, only 6 left. Sense of scarcity makes you move. The fear of full commitment. We can go down that road. That's a whole nother podcast in itself. So we've both been hurt. We've both been wronged. Friends, prior attempts at getting a decent mate. I used to have this saying, and April just loves to throw this one in my face in a funny way. Mm-hmm. I used to tell her, coming to my house is like camping in a national forest. You pack it in, you pack it out.
I remember that.
If not, if you leave it, if you have a leave behind, it's going to go in the lost and found, and it gets thrown away or donated in 2 weeks. I had commitment issues, big time.
Yeah.
I couldn't even commit to committing to have a committed discussion.
When you say that, the funny thing is talking about, this is what I love about our friendship for so long. You had commitment issues of like, if you pack it in, you pack it out. And I was chasing relationships, just like doing it, even though we're toxic, and just like staying in like, oh, I can make this work. I can make this work. And I was the opposite. And how, that's just another form. Like you were addicted to losing because you didn't want to be in a relationship.
It's funny because I was addicted to losing because I didn't want to lose.
Right. And I was addicted to chasing a losing relationship because I didn't want to lose and staying in it. You're like, see ya. And I'm like, no, come here. It's going to be awesome.
Let's make this train wreck. It's okay. There's no train coming at you. I promise. It's just a light. It's just a light. It'll be fine.
I know it started off horrible, but I promise you, it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to be fun.
That's confusing. That's right? Confusing motion with progress, right?
Oh my goodness.
Well, at least we're in a relationship. Yeah, but it sucks.
And guys, I know that,
and then we go back to trying versus committing, right? Well, I keep trying, and you just don't commit to me.
Yeah. It just, boy, oh boy, and and I also look at it too as thank God for those moments for you, mm-hmm. and then thank God for those moments for me, even though there were like the right side Twix and the left side Twix, they're both kind of the same thing in a common thread, right? But the same is thank God that those things happened. Right? So I always look back, and real quick, I always mm-hmm. look back at the reason why I'm here, because Chrissy and I dated 35 years ago in college, man, and the life went opposite ways, and I was just philandering. It was kind of more like you, but whatever. Yeah. But I look back at it now, and I tell everybody this, and even with their rough patches that we have throughout any type of relationship, but God told me at that time that I wasn't ready for the type of love that Chrissy was going to give me, right?
Yeah.
And probably the same thing with you with April. I mean,
100%.
kids and all this stuff. And so even though we were addicted to losing, maybe it was the point that God wanted us to lose because we weren't ready for the win.
Correct. 100%.
Right.
100%. And then here's where the tools start. To be a winner, a consistent winner, you have to move at speed, expedited speed. You have to be brutally honest, not only first starting with yourself, but everybody around you. And that doesn't go well with a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to look in the mirror. We have the mirror exercise, right? Well, when you're winning, that is a mirror to all the people that are losing or feel like they're losing. How many friends didn't want to hear about your win last year when you told them? A lot of them, probably.
A lot of them. Oh, it's just like, yeah. Uh-huh.
Good for you.
Oh my God, you did? Awesome. So, hey, did you hear about that game last night? And you're like, wait a minute.
Whoa, back up.
Did you not hear what I just did?
I won. I want to share. Well, because they didn't win and they didn't want to hear it. Admitting your flaws, owning your laziness, facing the truth, however painful. Truth creates change. Lies create comfort. Last week, we talked about comfort being the biggest tool for losing. When you get comfortable, it's easy to just accept the loss. No big deal. It'll be okay. I have a potential coaching client that I've been interviewing. And by the way, I'm not the best fit for everybody, guys.
Right.
I go through a full interview process. You have to fill out paperwork. If you can't fill out paper, it's kind of like in school. The first requirement of the assignment is to put your name on the top of the page. If you can't put your name on the top of the page, I can't help you. You got to follow the rules. You got to do the work. You got to show up. And so again, I may not be a good fit because I'm going to challenge you in my coaching to grow and to prosper and to be honest with yourself. I always ask permission. It's not mean. It's not cruel. It's not unjust. But like this morning in one of my coaching sessions, are you open to criticism today? I need to hear you say yes. I am open to criticism. I don't need to hear you say yes or nod. I need to hear you say, yes, I'm open to criticism. Because if you're not, I can't help you and you're going to be stuck in that place for as long as you decide. Not forever, but as long as you decide.
Why do we, when you hear that, I go back to this stuff because I'm freaking, as you know me for so long. Why is it that people that are closest to you, when they criticize you, you just cannot, like, why is it so hard? It's like you're talking about addicted to losing. I'm addicted to losing because even though that the person that cares about me the most, when they're trying to critique me, I just like.
Because you feel like you're failing not just you, but them.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the worst thing is failing somebody that you're trying to lead, that you're failing somebody that you care about, failing somebody that you are called to be the example to. And that is the biggest mirror. That mirror is this big and right in front of your face.
Do you think it is? I mean, and maybe it's different for some people, but most of the people that actually, everyone that listens to the show, they're constantly raising their standards. That's why we love our people that follow us. But do you think that's why it's so hard? Because we're constantly looking to raise our standards and trying to get to the next level, which the levels, there's unlimited levels. I mean, job not done, right? We always say that. But do you think that's why it makes it so hard is because you're pushing so hard to become better? Like what you just said is like, oh my God, I freaking failed. Not only did I fail to the person I care about the most, my ride to die. Yeah. And you're just like, it is so hard to swallow. And then you just go into this defense mode and you become instant a-hole because you're like, no, I've been doing so good on this, and this. And you're just trying to find one spot to call me out.
Mm-hmm.
And that part, that's.
Well, because you're not ready to use pain as a teacher.
I don't.
Yeah, pain is a teacher, and pain is an honest feeling. And at that point, you don't want honesty. You want somebody to make you feel better. You want comfort. You want to be comforted. You want to be given a hug. It'll be okay, Blair. You didn't, you didn't let me down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if somebody's doing that for you or to you, then they're not helping you. They're helping you to be complacent. They're not helping you to grow.
Which we talked about it last week, and this one is a little bit of a thorn in my paw right now, because I see this a lot with people. As painful it is to get critiqued when you're trying to raise your standards, the other side is to, if you're going to be addicted to losing, is what Brent just said there, because we want someone to tell us like, oh my God, you did a good job. Oh, it's okay. Better luck next time. And they're enabling failure.
Yes.
And that part, dude,
and disabling learning.
Oh my God. There is stuff that
it's okay to fail. Yeah. Like I said before, pain is a teacher. Pain and growth are synonymous. They're not just enabling you to be okay with it. They're disabling you to grow.
But let's put it this way. Where I'm going with this, you're a very good friend of mine. And if I'm starting to act like a jackass, are you going to enable me? Are you going to like, why are you doing this? Not only question me, but like kind of like, hey, dude, you got to do this, this, and this. The point that I am seeing a lot lately is basically what you have said, kind of, is when you're enabling this failure and it's okay and don't worry about it. And even though that you made a mistake, it's fine. We still love you. Instead of, dude or chick, this is what you did. There's repercussions with this. Am I not going to be your friend? No, that's not the thing but you have to make some changes, because you going down the path not only affects you, but it starts affecting me. And people
not only affecting you,
right?
Not only affecting that person, it's if they enable you, as I've said before, they're actually creating a failure for themselves as well.
Right. And that's, I see it, and it frustrates me. Again, going back to it, at the end of the day, is they get the repercussions of all that. I can associate with that or not associate it. I'm not the person. Like, I know what you did. I'll probably treat you a little bit different because you're just going on like nothing ever happened. And there's got to be an accountability, because someone's going to hold me accountable if I mess up. It may not be the person that I'm trying to hold accountable, but you're going to hold me accountable. Chrissy's going to hold me accountable. My boys and the people in my life and in my circle, which is super small, somewhere along the line, I'm going to be held accountable or called out like, dude, really? What were you thinking? So
ultimately, we're all going to be called out, and we're all going to be judged. Right?
Most of all, God's going to come up and say,
do you want it while you live on this earth? Do you want to be treated just like you're going to be judged, right? So, good and faithful servant, you've done well. Or do you want people to just say, it's okay, it's good, you did okay, you tried hard, but it's okay, there'll be a next time, maybe.
Let me put it to you. Maybe it's a different route, because I think it's a little bit different when it's coming from a spouse or an in-depth relationship. If you have a friend that messes up and you have a spouse, husband, wife, that messes up, basically doing the same thing, why are you holding them accountable differently? Because your friend, even though you have I understand the relationship, it's a different commitment, but should it be?
It should be the same standard, because
right?
it's standards over feelings. We talked about that in episode 70-ish, 76, 78.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, well, Blair or Brett, the reason why I enable my friends, I've got enough on my plate. I've got enough of my worries. I don't need nothing. Well, then why are you going to call them a friend? Listen, hey, trust me, I've been down that path. I'm not calling you out saying, well, I've done it all the right way. I have just realistically in the last probably 6 months have come down. Like, if I see you do something, I'm going to call you out on it, because I know that I have enough people around me that when I mess up, I'm going to get called out on it. I'm trying to raise my standard. I want you, if you're my friend and you mess up, I want you to raise your standard. I don't want to be okay with mediocrity. I know you don't want to be mediocrity. The point of this is when Brent and I are telling you this stuff for all the people who are listening and watching this stuff, you have that friend, you have that person, your relationship, friend, spouse, whatever it is if you continue talking about going here and it's rising every single day, and it's your spouse and you're holding them accountable to a standard that good friend of mine told me we're a brand and we have to shine that brand every single day.
Yep.
And so when half of my brand does something bad, it affects the other half of the brand, me, you, whatever. You should be treating your friends the same way.
As part of your brand.
Of part of your brand.
We do that with the kids. We talk about, you see on my posts, one of our hashtags is Wright Family Brand.
Right.
How are you representing our brand? Was this, is this how you want to be seen? Is this leadership qualities?
Yeah. If you want to go out and do some stuff and have a good time, that's cool. But knowing that you're under a constant, not only microscope, but you have a full on camera on you 24/7. Like I don't have a camera on me.
When you set standards for yourself, that's really where you find out who your friends are and who's really got your back.
So, and then we're like, well, what does this have addicted to losing? Because us enabling stuff or not holding each other accountable, we are going to let that person that is in that losing space, no matter who it is, to be addicted to it, because there's always an out. There's always, oh, I feel so bad for you. I did this. And oh my gosh, dude, I can't imagine. And so what typically that person who's addicted to losing, which I'm finding out, which I get in that rut sometimes. And I just told you to be in the show. I was in that spot. I was trying to God, I'm doing this. And people are coming after me here, here, and here. And I was justifying my mind that my attitude and my actions were right. And all it is like, dude, you're losing and you're staying in this spot. But the point of it, the point I'm trying to make is if you're going to call them a friend and they're truly your friend and you would take a bullet for them and they're messing up, you can't let them stay in that losing spot. And it's your job to help them out. Well, I have other problems. I don't need to do it. Then don't call them your friend. Just call them an acquaintance. Don't go out to dinner with them every night of the week. Don't go drinking with them every night of the week, whatever that is.
And well, we've talked about this before. So when I quit drinking, I stopped getting invited to everything. Well, why would I invite you to the bar to have a drink? Well, they sell iced tea there too.
I know, right?
If that's how we have to engage, then I'm good. I didn't quit drinking because I had a problem. I quit drinking because I wanted to be a better example and I wanted to be healthier and I wanted to not let something have control of me. I kept telling myself it didn't have control of me, but unless I quit and tested that, how would I have known?
Speaking of Ken McCumber, who's been on here a couple of times, he is, as of November 1st, will be 11 months in without any alcohol.
Good job.
And we're coming
That's
up
tough to where you guys are at.
Massive, tough.
Because everything's a social drink, right? So
everything, golf and like going to dinner last night, and everyone's, he's real good. He's with the zeros. He gives like a Guinness zero and stuff like that. So we went to a spin class this morning because I told him like, okay, every Thursday we either go to a spin class and then the next week we go on a hike. So just to kind of do something different, break up the monotony. So we're talking. I'm like, dude, you're getting close. 2 more months, and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to go back.
I didn't go back.
I didn't go back. And I said, don't. It's like, I mean, what's really going to change on January 1st if you go back? He goes, well, he goes, I asked you a question the other day. Is like, do you know anybody that's gone sober for a year and then transitioned, but back and forth? And he goes, but in the other sense, it's like, I just don't know if I want to go back. And I did live hard and basically didn't drink for 6 months on and off. For Live Hard's a 6-month program here and there, minus 30 days. The point I'm trying to say is that I have a different control over it. You saw me in my worst. Those were fun, but
And
horrible
you saw
days.
me at the worst, and you didn't know
Yeah.
that I was even
Right.
struggling with that.
Right.
I didn't know that I was struggling with that.
Yeah. When kegerators show up at your house, it's not a good idea. I have one of those too, dude. It's not a good idea.
Yep.
But the point of it is Ken is looking for a different type of success. He's gone down the path. He's had parties. You know, he knows that he could have a relationship with his favorite libation, whatever that may be. But now you're questioning it. And now it's almost a question of like, how do I keep answering the question that I don't want to drink anymore? Well, I just don't feel like I want to do it anymore. I really enjoy going to bed at 8 o'clock, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling fresh and getting after it and going on a hike and doing those things. So it's your win, McCumber, when you're watching this, because he follows this stuff. It's your win. It's nobody else's win.
Well,
so,
he won the internal battle.
Yeah.
He dominated his inner weakness. That's my next point is that this is an internal battle.
Yeah.
It's an outward battle as well. And your friends, your true friends, will help you with this. They'll help you turn off or not listen to that voice of weakness. We all have inner weaknesses. Mine used to be Oreo cookies, 2 a night.
Oh, dude, don't say that.
Those are poison.
They're so bad, but so good.
Poison. But they make you feel good, and they make you feel comfortable, and they make you feel happy, right? And that's said by design. There's like 80 ingredients in an Oreo cookie. I saw this reel yesterday with this guy pouring molten lava on an Oreo cookie, and it wasn't melting.
Isn't that
like
weird?
Molten metal, and it still made me want one. You know, it's like it's that, but you have to get rid of that voice of inner weakness, that internal battle. Discipline. 75 Hard was really great, and the Live Hard program was really great for this, for you and I. Action is an antidote. 75 Hard definitely helped with that as well. The accountability of me and you going, well, one more day, right? Nick and Rachel, they listen to us, and they're doing the Live Hard program, and they're partially way through the second phase, I believe.
Yeah. Good job, Nick, by the way. I'm following you, man. Keep going, bro.
And he's engaged his whole family in it. His whole
That's
family's
awesome.
healthier because of it. My whole family's healthier because of it. The next point is strength versus feelings. True strength is not feeling confident or motivated. It's executing what must be done when you feel tired, scared, uninspired. I don't care how I feel. Things still have to get done, right? It goes back to what I've said before. You have to be everything to everyone. Do I want to be everything to everyone? Man, that's a big, big lift every day. But action is your antidote. Remember that from before. It dies when you move. You must move consistently. No different than exercise. You must move consistently. One of my chiropractors says this, Dr. G, motion's lotion.
Yeah.
Motion in your physical and your mental and your spiritual movements are lotion to those things. And then of course, here's the key. The key is building power through repetition. You must be consistent. You must build power through repetition. I'm not saying that you can't fail, because failure is going to teach you something. Pain is going to give you opportunities to adjust your purpose and your standards. And you should do that. Here's one of my last points to this. The inevitable cost of greatness, sacrifice, and obsession. Winning is not a matter of wanting. It's a matter of being willing to pay the non-negotiable price, which is paid through sacrifice, obsession, and endurance in isolation. If you want to know if you can survive anything, do it alone. Have you seen that show Alone, where these guys go out for like 90 to 120, 180 days, 300 days, and they're just out there in the wilderness, and they go freaking crazy. Like they call the sat phone. I can't stand it. I need to talk to somebody else. And then they lose. And to be a true winner, you have to be obsessed. You know, let's go back to Michael Jordan from Sports Stuff. He was obsessed. 100% obsessed is the reason why he won. He won at all costs. To the cost of his family, to the cost of his friends, to the cost of his body, to the cost of his teammates. He was a true inspiration and a leader to his teammates.
Yeah.
Read some of the stuff about him from his teammates. It's crazy. One guy's like, why they asked him, why are you still practicing?
So everything you said right there is just so spot on. So are you guys, so, my question is, you guys, you've heard us for the past 2 episodes. Are you addicted to losing? And we're talking about this. So how long are you going to stay in your loss? I don't know. Brent doesn't know what your loss is. I don't know what your loss is. Let us know what your loss is. How long are you going to be stuck in it?
Mm-hmm.
How many people around you are enabling that loss? I'm sure that I have a loss that I get enabled by, because it's just, the confrontation of getting that loss exposed.
The biggest fear is the fear of winning,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're going to be alone and nobody's going to be with you during that win. And so everybody wants everybody around them. Think about this. If you're in the company of 12 people that are drinking and you're the only guy not drinking, what do you feel like?
I won.
Well, you do now, because you know what the cost is, right?
Yeah.
But most people would feel like they're losing because 12 other people are doing it and I'm not. So I must be the loser. Being okay with being alone and not being a loser. And I'm not saying people that drink are losers. I'm saying that that's your typical feeling. The social response is, if 12 people are doing it and I am not, there must be something wrong. There must, because 12 people are doing it. So there must be something wrong with me.
What a crazy thought, right?
It is.
I can't pass a plate of cookies.
Yeah.
Someone made them for me. So if I don't eat them, bad person.
When it doesn't fit your workout plan, when it doesn't fit your diet plan,
beneficial, yeah.
When it doesn't fit how many people do you know that are pre-diabetic or diabetic and still eat a massive amount of cookies and donuts and everything, and people still give them to them as gifts, and they're not just addicted to the sugar. They're addicted to comfort. They're addicted to feeling, because it makes you feel good. And it's supposed to, right? Because it hits that area of your brain that crack cocaine does.
Right, 100% too. But going back to, again, there you go, right there, right? We talked about enabling. We had this big stint for so long, body positivity, right? And people are just massively unhealthy. It's bold is beautiful and blah, 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 blah. Dude, the strain on not only your body, but on healthcare in general, it's because of this constant drugs and da-da-da. Now all these people that were, big is beautiful, all of a sudden, bam, we take that magic pill called Ozempic, and everyone's like trying to lose weight and stuff like that because it was such a hurdle to get over to it. Now, I mean, not saying that they're staying on it or whatever, but it was that hurdle, like I can't live this way anymore. What's a quick fix? So,
and everybody's chasing the quick fix, right?
Everyone's chasing the point. Not willing
to invest.
So, if I offend some people on that, that's on you. Bottom line is, it's not healthy. You can't look at the deep down. I'll stay off of it, but whatever. The point of it is you're enabling an unhealthy life. You're enabling a loss. If you're saying that you're not telling people concerns, and it may not be, you may not be a big person. Maybe somebody that's having an eating disorder on the other side of it, and it, but you're not saying anything. You're enabling that loss, dude or chick, whoever's listening to that they know about, because it affects both men and women.
Yeah. Say
something, man. You're your friend. You're their family. That's what we're talking about. That's why we do this freaking podcast. Just like, yeah, I get passionate. Like, this was probably my passionate moment of the podcast. It's like, God, Brent and I asked, when's enough, man? You guys come in and watch this podcast and do some stuff, and you say some really great things. So what are you doing what are you doing to take our stuff that we're getting from you, learning from you as our friends and our family and on stuff? What are you doing to go and share that with somebody? And that's all we ask. Just share it, because we know that it'll help somebody. Not calling and making you a bad person. We know that you enjoy it. So go help somebody else, and let's help somebody else. I mean, it's really easy to comment how great Kim Kardashian is, or, my God, did you see that 18-minute, the 18th inning Dodger game the other night? Did that really change your life? Seriously, did it change your life? It was 18. Was it awesome? Sure, it was awesome. It was cool. But I guarantee you, in 6 months from now, you're not going to be talking about it. Or do you want 6 months from now is, I helped my friend who was stuck in a bad relationship, and I helped that relationship get a bit better. Brent, I helped this guy that was, he had a successful business. And all of a sudden he had this hurdle that he couldn't get over. I helped him. And not only did that help his business, but it helped him to keep his family together, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Our job as people is not only to go ahead and have relationships, but help each other become better. We do not have all the tools in our toolbox to fix anything in our life. So get to some with people that want to help you win and get to the next level. And when you do that, you go ahead and you take that and you go find the next person. So go back and watch 125 other of our episodes, find the one that really fits you and share that with your friend and start a discussion on how you guys can help each other. Or maybe it's a spouse or whatever, how you guys can help each other kind of get to the next level. And then call us and then we'll get you on the show. And then you can tell us how you work together. It's our version of 75 Hard. Any final words, dude?
Be a bridge builder.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for yourself, but your friends, anybody that you interact with. Be a connector. And most of all, go make a damn difference.
Losing isn't okay. Not what we're on this world for. Losing is not okay. And we're going to take some. But as Brent said, go be a bridge builder. Take your loss and help somebody else get better. All right, brother. Guys, stay tuned next week. We have Debbie Bennett coming on here, who is an addiction psychologist. She's going to give us some insight on that. It's going to kind of coincide with this week. In about 2 weeks, I've got to get a book out to Brent so he can power through it. But Gigi Mitako will be coming back with her new book. So we have some cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
Share the show. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Do all that stuff. But until we see each other the next week, guys, stay safe. But most of all, God bless. Take